Around the world, millions of people rush about their daily lives, trying to earn a living, support their loved ones, and enjoy the luxuries of this life. Some, however, step out of their busy lives to look at the bigger picture and to find a somewhat inner peace within themselves. Usually, they search in many different places. They search everywhere until they find it in the most unsuspected, in a way of life that is constantly criticised, stereotyped and misunderstood, mainly due to negative representations in the media. They find what they are looking for within Islam. Islam was founded in 610 AD in Arabia by a man named Muhammad, peace be upon him, after he received divine revelations from God passed to him through the angel Gabriel. Muhammad and his followers spread the message of Islam, and by 661 AD almost the whole of Arabia and North Africa had accepted this way of life. Since then, the message of Islam still continues to grow rapidly across the globe.
Hayya ala salat, hayya ala salat, hayya ala al-falah, hayya ala al-falah.
Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. The Muslim population has increased by an incredible 235% in the past 50 years, making Islam the second largest religion in the world. Of all the religions practiced in Australia, Islam is attracting more new adherents proportionally than any other faith. Why? What draws people to Islam, which now claims more than 1 billion believers on all continents of the world? Ben is an Anglo-Saxon Australian and has been a devout Muslim for 6 years. Since he became Muslim, he changed his name to Hashim Abu Bakr Salam. He has devoted his life to Islam and hopes one day to become a sheikh, an Islamic leader. Susan has also adopted this new way of life. After becoming a Muslim at the age of 19, she's now happily married to born Muslim Waleed and has a 4-month-old daughter, Aisha.
How I came to Islam, firstly, I was unemployed, on the dole, sitting at home all day, watching television, watching Foxtel, cable, pay TV, and I saw a few documentaries on the Discovery Channel on Morocco, Syria, and other assorted Middle Eastern countries, and I guess at first their culture and their way of dress is what attracted me to Islam. So I looked a little bit further into what Islam was and about Islam and how Islam compared to the Christianity beliefs, and it all took forth from there. I went and bought an English translation of the Quran. I read that, and the minute I picked up the Quran, I knew that this was something for me.
It's now been 4.5 years since Susan first said the words, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul Allah. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. A declaration made by all reverts to Islam.
I grew up in a nominally Christian household, and when I was in high school, I started to get much more interested in Christianity. I started going to a Baptist church. None of my family went there, but I started going to a Baptist church and got really involved. I think I was doing church things about 5 days a week. I was going to youth groups and cell group meetings and church services and all that sort of stuff. But it was when I was about 17 I really started to question why I believed what I believed. I didn't really know if it was just because I'd been raised to think that it was true or whether I actually thought it was true or not. And I was always very interested in other religions. I was very interested, especially in Judaism. And so I decided at that age that I'd just start to see what other religions had to say for themselves. And Islam was always the last religion on the list because I thought Islam was a sexist, outdated, violent religion that no thinking person, especially a woman, would ever get involved in.
Hashim lives with his non-Muslim family who have now accepted his Islamic beliefs. They all live happily together with no tribulations. Hashim's mother and brother both have noticed a better change in him and glad he has found something that has led him away from his previous lifestyle.
Knowing him as I do, I thought it was just a passing phase that wouldn't last very long, but he's proven me wrong. Now, I mean, I don't have a problem with it at all. He's a far better person. There's certain things, obviously, that I don't agree with and everything, but as long as he doesn't try to force it on anybody else and lives a good life, that's all I care about.
Didn't know exactly what to think. It's strange. But yeah, it's changed for the better in himself. He's doing a lot better for himself. And I think it's because of that, being a Muslim.
When Hashim is involving himself with Islamic practices, his family carry about their business and he carries about his. Before Hashim came to Islam, he became involved with the wrong crowd. He started getting into drugs and soon enough became a heroin addict. Hashim has now given up the heroin and other mind-altering intoxicants through the discipline of Islam.
I used to be a drug addict. Since the age of 13, I'd smoke marijuana every day, constantly, large quantities. By the time I turned 18, I graduated up and became a heroin addict. I was using a good $200 to $300 worth of heroin a day, which of course I couldn't afford, so I had to lead a life of crime and so forth. I used to drink a lot of alcohol. I used to sleep around with girls, promiscuous lifestyle, criminal lifestyle, lazy lifestyle. But by the time I turned 20, something in my heart grew and I knew I was doing the wrong thing, and I knew that I had to change my lifestyle dramatically and very soon. Otherwise I was either going to end up dead from a drug overdose or end up in jail.
One of the biggest challenges a revert may find upon embracing Islam is learning the Arabic language. Arabic is not at all a prerequisite of becoming Muslim, although many new Muslims attempt to achieve this skill as it helps them to understand the Holy Quranic scriptures in their original form.
Alif you can see is Fatha, and the next letter is Noon, which got sukoon, so Alif and Noon join, it becomes An. And the last letter is Ta, which has Fatha as well. So the sound would be Anta.
Anta. Ighfir.
Ighfir.
Ighfir. Ayna. Ayna. Wow.
Yawmu.
Hashim's teacher and best friend, Hafiz Abdul Wahid, is a qualified scholar of Islam